we're going to have a look at indexing and how we can create our index options, okay, manually. Okay, so what is an index? An index is just basically a reference guide at the end of the document, okay, which indicates to the reader, okay, which page specific words appear on. Okay, so it's an alphabetical list at the very end of the document. Okay, so bear with me, I will share my screen and we'll have a look at a document that I have already created. Okay, so okay, going to take the paragraph indicators off here just now. Okay, so I've got a document. I'm just going to go Control and Home to get to the top, just about information technology hardware devices. Okay, so what we want to do is go down to the end of the document, Control and End. Okay, takes me to the end, and I want to put in a new page. Okay, so that we're going to have the last page for the index. So Control and Enter, as you know, is the quickest and easiest way to pop in a new page. I'm going to just type in index, pop down a couple of lines. Okay, Control and Home will take me back to the beginning of the document, because I know that what I want to do is I want to mark some index options, okay, or each time the word input appears. So I want to mark an entry for every time that the word input appears within the document. So I'm going to double click on the word, okay, up into references, and I'm going to say mark the entry. Okay, so it's put in the main entry there, input. Okay, and I'm going to say mark all, and it will go through the whole document and mark each of the entries with input the way it is at the moment. Okay, if I have input with a capital I or input in all block capitals or anything like that, I would have to go in through the document and mark these individually separately. Okay, so this option will only pick up every entry of the word input, okay, in lowercase. Okay, so just going to say mark all, and it goes through the document and does that for me. Okay, I'm just going to click on close. So what it does is it's popped us into paragraph view, so you can see we've got all our paragraph indicators, we've got page breaks, and you can see there the code, okay, next to the word input. If I scroll down to page 3, again, you can see, there we go, there's an example of input there as well. Okay, so as I say, if I had it with a capital I or in block capitals, I'd have to go through the document again and pick these up separately. Okay, you would choose the option for mark all, obviously, because it's quicker. There is obviously an option for mark each individual entry, okay, but that's rather time consuming, specifically if you've got a long document. Okay, so I'm just going to do Control and End. Okay, so this is where I want the index to go. So again, within references, I'm still there. I'm just going to say Insert Index. Okay, so I can choose a particular design layout if I want. Okay, and I can choose how many columns I want. Okay, and I can also right align the page numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to click on OK and just take the default so that you can see what that looks like. Okay, so there we have it, input. Okay, the word input appears on page 1 and page 3 of my document. Okay, if you wanted to change the layout subsequently, okay, you just go back into Insert Index and you can change and choose another option. Okay, so you can play about with these yourselves. Oops, okay. I want to just take those paragraph indicators off for now. Okay, so I've only got one entry in the index, of course. Okay, so it's not a great example, but just from a time point of view, obviously from the exercise that you're going to create, you're going to be adding lots of entries into your exercise file. Okay, so let's just show you how we can do that. I'm going to go back to the front page, first page. I'm going to double click on output this time, and I'm going to work through that process again. I'm going to say references, I'm going to say mark entry, and I'm going to say mark all. Okay, so I need to go back to the index, okay, to update the index. So I just say Control and End again. Okay, I select the index entries that are already there, and you can see here now that I get an option to say update the index. Okay, so just click on update, and there you can see there it has added in output for me. Okay, so as I start to go through the document, selecting different words and marking those, once I update the index, okay, it gets quite informative, and it just tells me where I can go to for specific information within the document on which individual pages. Okay, so that's how we can manually mark our index entries. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you for watching.